I need to be very clear that everything on the best years doesn't happen quite smoothly. And I think this last story about reclaiming the bay is a good example of that. And I know you guys had quite a day trying to make that story come through.
Go ahead.
Can I say, it started out as a beautiful day, and then as we were driving out to Sedge Island, the car broke down. Ralph had to get out and push. Then someone had to come and pick us up and drive us out. And we were able to film. We filmed everything. And I could see, I kept looking up and I kept saying, "Are you done yet? Are you done yet? We gotta go. Are you done yet?" And we weren't done yet, and the skies opened up with a thunderstorm.
Well, I could see through the viewfinder, because we're doing a shot of these people doing this clam screen thing, whatever it was, and I'm looking through the viewfinder and I'm seeing like Weather Channel black load the ark cloud coming toward us, and I'm seeing it come across the bay, and I'm going, we got to get inside. I no sooner finished the shot and this black cloud of thunder, lightning, rain was upon us, and now there's about 20 people huddled in this little tiny science building that used to be a hunting lodge back in the 20s, and now the cell phone calls are going on. Well, we're sort of stuck here. And of course, getting back in on the boat to go back, we didn't know if the car was going to start. So,
and I remember that day because that storm had passed over campus. I was here, and it was awful. And I'm thinking, geez, I hope they're not outside with trying to get that story done. And there you are. You were in the middle of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was great.
And I was thrilled. But that's what, we'll do anything, whatever it takes to get the story.
It's real television, folks. You got to believe it. Let's turn to a more dignified side now of the best years, and a story that I know, Roseanne, you like a lot, and it was really a terrific story later on in the year.
Pinkies up.
Oh, yes, pinkies up. I love to eat, and my friend loves to eat, and so we go out about every 6 weeks, and we try to get a new restaurant every time. And one of the things that we love is dessert and tea. So she had thought, well, why don't we go to a tea room? Are there any tea rooms around? So I went on the web, and when I found that we had a tea room right in Toms River, I knew that it was going to make an interesting and delicious story.
Author Henry James once wrote, "There are few hours in life more agreeable than the hour dedicated to the ceremony known as afternoon tea." And visitors to the Victorian Tea Room, located in the historic Mathis Berry House in downtown Toms River, would be the first to agree.
I like when you first come in the door, it's got a nice entryway. Seasonally, they have fire going in the fireplaces, candles, grand piano in the sitting room. So it's just, as soon as you walk through the door, it's stepping back in time.
The Victorian Tea Room, owned and operated by Regina O'Donnell, is a rare find in Ocean County. It's a place where guests can relax and enjoy tea, treats, and good conversation with friends or family. It's also a small step back into local history.
Well, the history of the house, it is named, it's the Mathis Berry House, and it's named after Mathis, who was once governor of New Jersey, and Maja Berry, who was the first chancellor in Ocean County, which is sort of like a judge, around the turn of the century. So they were very influential people. He didn't build the house, but he did buy it, and it is part of the historic district here in Toms River. We're on as one big lot, not an individual house. So I think to maintain the history of these houses that really contain so much of our history, I like older things. I probably was born much too late, but aside from that, I think it's very important that we if we don't remember our history, we're doomed to repeat it. And I think we should really take heed as to the quality they had back then, the workmanship, the craftsmanship. I mean, I love my house.
Since 2006, the Victorian Tea Room has been part of the Victoria on Main Bed and Breakfast, which Regina opened to overnight guests in 2001.
The bed and breakfast was always a dream of mine, not one that I thought I could fulfill. I was a single parent and working 2 jobs, and I just dreamed and just dreamed and dreamed. And through a series of happenstances, I was able to purchase this house before I was able to open the bed and breakfast. So I had to purchase it because you're not going to find houses like this every day. So this was my dream come true. I was able to retire early from a corporation, and I really feel like I've come home. This is me. And they say when you're happy at what you're doing, you're not really working. That's how I feel. I mean, I'm up till 12 o'clock at night, but it's just a joy. I mean, I live alone, so I get to meet people all the time. I have guests in my house all the time. There's always somebody for breakfast.
For the uninitiated, afternoon or high tea is a true experience in elegant relaxation.
I have a semi-selective menu. We have a choice every season. I change the menu every season. Every season I do have 5 sandwiches, 3 scones, and 2 different desserts. So an individual would get to choose, obviously, whatever tea that they want, but also 3 sandwiches, 1 scone, and 1 dessert.
I like the atmosphere here and the friends I come with, and it's very Victorian, which I like.
I just enjoy getting together with friends. We've had a couple different occasions where we get together with work friends. We've come here for a birthday party, just friends and family. It's not always ladies. We've always brought a couple men, because men enjoy being served on china and enjoying treats and scones, etc. And we always have a great time of conversation, and it's just nice to sit back and take part in what people did 100 years ago and take part in it now, 21st century. It's enjoyable.
But tea is really about the conversation and the friendship and getting back to just enjoying someone else's company.
Afternoon tea is served Wednesday to Sunday with seatings at 1:30 and 3:30 p.m. Reservations made at least 2 days in advance are necessary to supply the freshest food possible. The cost ranges between $17 and $20 per person and includes a selection of wonderfully homemade scones, petite sandwiches, desserts, and of course, plenty of freshly brewed tea. To make your reservations, call 732-818-7580, or for more information, visit online at victoriaonmain.com. From the Victorian Tea Room, I'm Dom Elagia.